Hello everyone and welcome to Angelic Tarot's shop, and thank you so much for coming in for this weekly forecast, general weekly forecast. So I want to start out with this beautiful deck. It's called the Soulful Woman, and this can be applied to a man or a woman, doesn't matter if you're watching. This deck is, to me, not just for females, but I feel like it's a beautiful, beautiful deck that can be worked with as well with men. So we're going to see what messages come up here for us this week. So we're going to go ahead and begin with prayer, praying to Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, I pray to you for protection in the name of God and the angels, that you shield my aura at this time and that we're able to see clearly for this weekly forecast for everyone that's watching. Archangel Raziel, I pray that you provide me with vision and clarity so I can see clearly this week for everyone that's watching this weekly forecast and see what comes through. So it is, and so shall it be. Okay, so we have the being with discomfort card. It says, all times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. Again, you know, if you watched my love forecast, I talk a lot about the astrology of this week, which is we're going into a lunar eclipse on Friday, and that lunar eclipse is going to be squaring in Mars, and there's going to be a lot of wild mood changes, and people are going to be bound to be on their toes, and there's a lot of fluctuation of emotions because of the eclipse energy. It's going to be very hard on relationships, especially. So it's going to be important that we are very comfortable with what, with the energy is trying to work through it. And self-care, very good for this week. Doing a lot of aromatherapy, working with oils, just taking care of ourselves, nurturing our spirit is going to be important, just to kind of deal with those energies. So I'm going to read a little bit from the book here, and it says, beneath any pain I may feel, my soul essence awaits me. When I am stirred up, hurt, or thrown off balance, I resist running away from my tears or anger. Instead, I allow myself to sink deeper and deeper within myself and shift unavoidably taking place. I reach my inner light, pure, luminous, still there, still intact. It is pure as the day I was born, shining, resilient, brilliant like a diamond. So it's kind of like being comfortable with what's not right. Life, there's always going to be something that is not, we haven't gotten where we want to get to with a certain situation or things in our life. So it's going to be important that we are comfortable. We're comfortable with those discomforts, and we dig deeper into that pain or into that discomfort, and really try to bring in the healing to that, whatever is needing our attention, right? If we're feeling sad about a certain situation in your life, it's going to be important that we kind of work through that and process those things, those feelings. And journaling, I feel, is one of the beautifulest things ever. Free, and you can get a nice blank journal and write down what you feel. It's so empowering. So I would highly recommend it if you're feeling there's something that you're wanting to work through, process. Definitely affirmations are amazing. Affirmative prayer is what I really like, because it's a combination of affirmations with prayer. So I'm going to do at the end, I'm going to do a prayer for that, and kind of to help with bringing the spirits up higher, helping us go through any kind of discomfort this week, or any emotions that are coming up that may make us feel a bit uncomfortable. So it's going to be important that we kind of work through those situations with positive energy. Okay, I want to go ahead and pull from another deck that's beautiful, and I'm loving it. It's the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. I'm going to pull a card from here. As some of you know that know the tarot deck, this deck is not a usual tarot. It is a tarot, but it's a tarot in its own system. So it's a very different deck. So it's kind of a different system altogether, but it's amazing. So let's kind of focus on the energy of this week and see what comes through. I'm going to pull a card for all of us. And this one is jumping. Okay, I think this is the Eight of Swords, but I'm going to read what it says in the book, because I want to get more insight into that and see. It's the Eight of Swords. Okay, so I was correct. So let's look and see what it says in the book. 207. It says, the ego, truth, power, responsibility, consequences, cause and effect, lessons learned, and memory. Ego does not always tell us the truth. Effect will always follow cause. Time to change your ways. Admit that you made a mistake, and memory is imperfect. So again, handling that error or that mistake. We all make mistakes, and consequences are inescapable. Self-justification does not imitate or does not mitigate harm. Okay. So the Eight of Air is a very challenging card because it symbolizes the need to look at your beliefs and behaviors and question them. Are you hiding from an uncomfortable reality? It is time to take responsibility for your thoughts and actions and the consequences that they give to rise, and to see them for what they really are. It is time to be humble and accept that you might have had projected your feelings about yourself onto another. Have you made a mistake or chosen a path or beliefs that have not served you? You will, and instead of accepting this painful truth, allow your ego to weave a reality that allows you to pretend it. It is time to face the facts. All right. So it's about taking charge of your life. This card urges us to take charge of our life and to really face, again, our beliefs and our behaviors and question them and work through that energy. Again, it's kind of like a theme with these two cards together. So it's kind of facing, we're needing to face a situation or an emotion or a situation that didn't go our way, that maybe we made a mistake on. And it's going to be important that we face that situation head on to work through that issue or mistake or problem and really take charge of it. Okay, that's what this card is really showing us this week. So we're going to pull 4 tarot cards now from my Morgan Greer Tarot and see what we have. Okay, so we have, the first card is the general energies this week, and it's the 6 of Pentacles, which is amazing. And if you saw my love forecast, there was a lot of 6s in that reading. So I feel that there's a lot of harmony trying to come at the same time. You know, even with all these emotions kind of coming up and focusing on past mistakes or past errors, I feel like there's also harmony trying to bring it, coming in and trying to restore healing. So this card to me shows help that's coming to us. There's some sort of help coming our way. And there's going to be a need to accept that help. Even if we feel like, oh, I don't want that, I don't want to receive help. It's going to be important to open up to that help because it's coming and it's going to be good. It's going to be great for us. This help may come through spiritual guidance in a dream. It may come through a physical help from someone that actually is going to pick up the phone and call you and say, hey, you want this or you need that. Or it could be even money coming in, because this card is very connected with money. So it may be financial help. It may be someone that's offering us a job or is offering us an opportunity. So it is showing some sort of aid and some sort of help coming in. For some reason, I'm getting very strongly a male figure with this. Possibly it could be this help is coming to us with a little bit of aggression. So it may come a little bit of aggression, but it's good. And it may also come from a man, possibly. Not necessarily, but it can. Okay. Hidden information is 8 of Wands. I love it. Okay, so the 8 of Wands is all about movement again. So there is movement, there's communication. A lot of communication is going to come this week. You're going to be very busy with emails and phone calls, and things are going to get moving. Things are set in motion. I love this card to use it specifically in my tarot spells. When I do a tarot spell, I love using this card to set things in motion, kind of putting them out there, moving, getting movement with things, right? So if you've been kind of like, just a little bit stagnant with communication, there has been a lot of issues or misunderstandings with the Mercury retrograde, the 8 of Wands is going to push things forward and it's going to help move things, okay? And then we have the obstacles of the week. It's the Four of Pentacles, and it's a need to kind of take out that, let go of that rigid mindset. Sometimes we're so narrow. We're narrow-minded. We're just looking at something, and we don't want to change or open up to something new or another alternative. So it's going to be important that you open up to that alternative, that you open up to those options. Is definitely coming up here. Okay, so Four of Pentacles to me is, 4 is a number that has to do with the energy of, when I see 4 in general, is a square number to me. So it's kind of a little bit stagnant. It's good because it brings structure, but it's bad because it can bring a little bit of stagnation and boredom. So also in this particular card, it can be that we're resistant to open up to a new option. So it's going to be important that we open our view on a situation, okay? And then the resolution of the week is the 5 of Swords. Okay, so this card to me can be kind of facing, you know, and again, this can be like towards the end of the week, we're going to see a little bit of that stirring up of emotions again, because we're going into that eclipse. So 5 of Swords to me can represent the energy of some sort of conflict. This can be that an issue that you've been having, or a conflict or a difficulty, is going to come to the forefront this week. I'm going to pull an additional card to get more information about this, and it may have to do with authority, or it may have to do with someone that is making a decision for you. Maybe a company that you've applied to, maybe a company that you're working with on a particular issue. You applied for a loan. So there may be a little bit of issues or conflict, but at the end of the day, I pull an additional card. I got the 9 of Pentacles, and I got the Peacock energy. So bird energy, I love the bird energy, and animal spirits in general, but especially the bird, the feather kingdom to me is very special. We have the 9 of Pentacles, which says that there's going to be good fortune coming, good news coming. So maybe you may have something come up that may have been difficult or challenging, but at the end, it's going to resolve in your favor. And it's coming up with authority energy. And we have the, here we have, like, it looks to me like an eagle, but I'm not sure. And here we have the peacock energy. Okay, I'm going to read a little bit, see if I can find in my bird magic book if there's anything on peacocks on here. And if there is, I will read it really quick before we end. Yes, we do. Okay, so magical workings with peacock. Although this bird epitomizes dignity and pride, is tempered with honesty and harmony. Peacock can help us muster confidence and find your true power. As expected, peacock is associated with beauty and attraction. So there's some good energy coming in with beauty and attraction to that conflict. It can be called upon to boost love spells. It is also an aid for manifesting abundance and prosperity. As mentioned, this bird can seemingly disappear into the forest. Call on peacock for protection, especially when you need to fade into your surrounding and pass under the radar of potential threat. Peacock provides support for psychic abilities, especially when making connection with past life memories. Turn to this bird when you seek wisdom that will bring renewal and a fresh start. So beautiful energy from the peacock. And again, I feel that this animal spirit came up in this reading at the end to help bring beauty and good news, abundance, and protection. So with a problem that maybe we're going through, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly forecast. I feel like whatever issues we're going through, we're going to have a good ending and a good solution coming to that situation this week, and a lot of movement coming. Remember to open your mindset to a situation. Consider alternatives is going to be important. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to have a one-on-one session with me, I will put the links in the bottom on my Etsy page, or on the links where you can find me, and I do have a great discount this month, so I'll put it there as well. Big hugs and have a beautiful week.